All right, Oval fans, hope you are doing well. This is the semi-penultimate episode, as in this is the episode before the mid-season finale. If this was the episode before the season finale, it would be the penultimate, but we got The Master. And I'm giving this one a 7 out of 10. Honestly, it probably would have been like a 5 or 6, but the Daikon stuff, honestly, as brief as it was, it got me pumped because I'm like, yes, crossover. But of course, in the preview for next week, which I will do a separate video on that, there's a lot more Raku. So, The Master. I had semi-mixed feelings about this one because I feel like some characters were acting out of character. Other characters were stupidly annoying. But I'll get to that. But before getting into the actual breakdown, make sure you hit the like button. Hit subscribe, follow me on social media, links to all of those are in the description box below, and hit that bell icon and select all. So we pick up where we left off, where Nancy's sitting at the dinner table. Frida says hello, and as she's about to leave, Richard is just begging, I want you to make love with me tonight. And then Frida's like, look, I'm not going to be in the middle of whatever this is. I'm leaving. She knows her self-worth. She gets the hell out. So Richard is like, fine, you think you're going to ruin this for me? There's a long list of women who want to sleep with me. And then Nancy's like, I know you're not this kind of man. And she still refuses to tell who the father is. And I think the confirmation is made that whoever the father is still alive, because Richard's like, what? You don't want to tell me because he's still alive because you think I'm going to go after him? No, that's not it, Richard. Well, why don't you tell me? I just can't. I'm sorry, but this is just making Nancy look... I think Richard is making himself look like an ass. I can sympathize with him, but using women like Frida to try to just get back at Nancy, that's something I'm not behind. Like, Richard can do, hey, be mad, cut off credit cards, do what you need to do, but involving outsiders in this thing between you and your wife, that's the only thing I don't back you up on. But how long is this going to draw? I feel like Nancy sitting on the true identity of Picky's father is the who used Karen's credit card from Sisters. It's like, this is a long drawn out story that has no real build up. It's like, what is the specific reasoning for this? So we're at a point where he's like, fine, I want a divorce. And then she's like, I wish I never told you the truth about Picky. Again, I think that did not put Nancy in a positive light whatsoever. You literally just told Richard, oh, I wish I had never told you I had that affair, and I never wish you knew that Picky was my son. So you basically just said, yeah, I should have just kept lying to you. Oh, Nancy. Okay, so Max continues to beat the shit out of Kyle. He's about to fire the trigger. Bobby rolls in and stops him, saying that, hey, he's the only one that matters. If you kill him, our entire operation is botched. Like I said in my preview, I said, let me wait until the episode comes out, because if you watch my trailer breakdown for this particular episode, I said, who the hell is Bobby to tell Max to calm down, stick to the plan? No. This makes no sense at all. Last episode, you had your gun pointed at the back of Donald's head. If Lily wasn't looking in that specific direction, so she could quote unquote signal to you that everything was okay, you were going to kill Donald in his own home and botch this whole thing to hell. So, Bobby, shut the hell up. Because I'm thinking the whole time, until it was brought up later in the episode, I was thinking, because on the trailer, now Kyle knows Max is not only still alive, but on his tail to kill him. So if Max isn't able to finish the job, that means Kyle is either going to be on guard and then also going to be looking for him. Kill his ass now. But no, they leave. And then, Kyle's in the bathtub. So then we go over to Priscilla calling Sam, just continuing to leave voicemails. She just keeps on calling, and he's at the White House, and he ignores her calls because, him and Victoria getting ready for their little run or, around the property. And I think it was said that, 3 miles is like, 5 laps? I forgot the exact number, but there was a few laps. I think even though I'm not, it almost reminded me of The Preacher's Wife, I think Kevin on stage mentioned this, The Preacher's Wife is funny while we're rooting for a woman to cheat on her husband who's a pastor with an angel. It's almost like, I'm not going to lie. The Victoria and Sam scenes were probably some of my favorite of the episode. Again, I don't condone adultery, but it was a cute scene. I think it's because of the fact that Sam has been catching so much flack from Priscilla. It just felt... I think this further justifies my rationale that Sam only agreed to go back because he's getting attention from another woman. I mean, and based off how Priscilla acts later in the episode, I can't really blame him. But I like the banter between the two. She's like, don't you want to change? Because I'm fast. I don't know if you can keep up with me. No, ma'am, I'm pretty quick in this suit and these shoes. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Okay, fine. So they go out. All right, so we go to, and well, not to mention, she was blowing up his phone. So, I mean, part of me was like, Sam should have at least taken the call. And on one, I see his, and again, I'm not saying this because I'm a man too, but from his perspective, it's like, oh, wow, Priscilla probably got my voicemail, which I left her last episode, pretty much saying, I'm going back to the White House, but I'll be back home as soon as I finish up, because I made you dinner. So he's probably like, she's heard my voicemail. She's just calling me to cuss me out about being back at the work because she's going to accuse me of doing foul play with the first lady, and that's not what's going on. And then the other alternative, hey, I'm on duty. I'll answer the phone when I get off. So we go back to Kyle's place, and Dale's helping him out. Apparently, I heard what was going on. I got here, and it's like, fine, you really aren't quick to the draw, huh? And he doesn't want the cops called and says, yeah, I was buying some drugs and the deal went bad. In your bathroom? Don't worry about it. Just wants Dale to help him up. So then we go over to Kareem and Sharon, and this is just the same old shit. He's pleading with Sharon, saying, I love you. I'll take care of you. I love having sex. They love having sex with each other, but she doesn't fully trust him, yet she fully trusts him to go inside of her without a condom. Then from there, it's because he broke her heart before. He invites her to live with him and saying, hey, we'll figure this out. Yeah, I had this little situation. And I'm like, don't you mean your pregnancy? So, I mean, there's not really much to say here except for, damn, Sharon, what a chest. Anyway, so we go over to Bobby and Max driving back from Kyle's place, and Bobby gives him a drink in order to help him calm down. And I love what Max said, because obviously he isn't just, concerned about what happened to him to get revenge, but also the fact his partner Yuma was killed. And I'm like, yeah, we haven't heard Yuma's name in God knows how long. And Bobby thinks the case will punish him, but Max is like, you think building a case against these people will do anything? They'll just try to cover it up. So I love how Max isn't only upset about the whole situation about Kyle, the botched revenge plot, but also the fact that he's realistic in regards to, it doesn't matter what kind of case you pull, these people will just cover it up in one way, shape, or form. So I like the fact that while they're on the quote unquote same side, they obviously have rational reasons to not trust the other one's judgment. And this also made me mad at Bobby, because when Max asked about the whole Lily situation, oh yeah, she's fine. She's doing okay. She's still on our side. Don't worry. And I'm like, yeah, and you didn't believe that until you went into the house with a gun pointed at Donald. Shut the hell up. All right, so then we go over to Sam and Priscilla's run, and I don't know why, but I don't know if it was, I think it's because it's probably, just because it was an exterior shot there outside. You got Victoria glistening with sweat, and it's like, wow, it's like, because Sam, I believe, not only did a great job keeping up with her, I think he might have actually been moving faster than she was, and he wasn't even sweating. And they have some talks off the record. Call me Victoria, and it's like, look, that was some old bullshit. Oh, okay, yeah. And I need you to stop coming on to me. I need you to stop making my wife uncomfortable, and stop trying to give me head. Trying? Look, don't do this to yourself. You're better than this. And basically it's the fact that he understands, look, I know you're going through some stuff in your marriage and whatnot. And then she brings up how, yeah, just, I lose my confidence. When the husband just cheats on you as so many times as Hunter does on me, it's like you just forget your own beauty and stuff like that. So they decide to go for one more lap and that's it. But this was a great scene. I don't know why, but because she was glistening, I don't know. It was just, Victoria looked hella good. That's all I'm saying. And like I said before, I was wrong. My expectation was Priscilla was going to roll up, but she didn't. So then we go over to Barry, and he gets like a new message, and it's from Daikon. He calls him up, and he says he used to be part of the Rakadushi. He knows where Callie is, a little girl, jeans, a pink sweater, and Ruth is dead. Is like, no, I think Barry was trying to bait him just to see if he was telling the truth. And he knows where Rakadushi are. And it's like, look, we're both in D.C. I'm in D.C. right now. Let's meet up. And I'm not going to meet you. Shoot, I ain't doing that. Barry being smart. I think Barry, season 1 Barry, he would have been like, time and place. Let's meet up right now. But he's being rational. So Barry's like, well, hey, Ruth is dead. It's like, we both know that isn't true. The body you saw at the morgue was Nisi from Pennsylvania. That was a fake body to deceive everybody because these people are too stupid to do DNA. And I'm like, ain't that the truth? Not just in the Oval, but there are so many examples in Tyler Perry productions where a simple DNA test would have solved a lot of issues. So if you don't remember who Nisi is, season 1 of Ruthless. So we go over to Daikon saying that, hey, you can help me and I can help you. I'm trying to save my own daughter from the compound. And I know about how your dad works for the White House. Meet me in Douglas Park at midnight. Look, I ain't coming to meet you. Come alone. No police. Then he hangs up. Then we go to post run. Victoria's treating herself to some ice cream and gives some to Sam. And apparently she started to feel attraction to him, like in the episode where he pretty much yelled at her with the bass in the voice and dragged her down to the bomb shelter. Honestly, that was one of my favorite scenes because that was the first time anyone's like, shut the hell up and get your ass. It's like, get your ass down there before I have to pick you up and drag you there. It's like, excuse me? And then he did. He's like, yeah, that was the first time I felt safe. And again, he's like, ma'am, Victoria, we can't be doing this again. It's like, she hugs him. Is like, I think you need to get some, I think it's time, you go to bed. Oh, I knew what you mean. Okay. And then she hugs him and then she leaves and is like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just a bit sweaty. Yeah, you are. And then she kind of looks down to see if he was aroused and then she leaves to go to bed. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. And I'm thinking to myself, I ain't gonna lie. A woman, a little musty ain't, I'm just saying. Hey, whatever. So then we go over to Sam leaving and Alonzo. He's like, hey, I turned the kitchen cameras off. Thank you. It's like, why are you looking at me like that? Because he's like, what, you got something to say about me and Victoria? No, we good. But Priscilla, she's called 8 times. Sam calls, leave a voicemail, says, I'll be home soon. We go over to Ellie and Hunter. They doing to do in her office, saying like, hey, we need to stop. No, I want more. It's like, well, we need to leave. Like, no, I'm not. I'm the most powerful man. But I need you to show me how powerful you are. How? Hurt me. Then she starts biting him. So then, okay, this is the part that got me. Okay, so Sam gets home and Priscilla is just spaced out because she's upset. And I don't blame her. She just saw 2 dead bodies. Sam learns about the Gene and Greg situation. Greg was shot in the head. So I think it's safe to say, based on the lack of... This reminds me of the Amanda Cryer murder, not suicide in the haves and the have-nots, the blood splatter, which I feel like there was an extreme lack of. If Greg shot him, it wasn't suicide. I think Greg was indeed murdered, because if Greg shot himself and died, then I feel like there should have been blood all over the bed, but something was completely off. I don't believe there was any like blood splatter seen from the angle that the viewer, us, saw when Priscilla walked in the room and everything. So something was completely off there. All right, so she thinks Jason had something to do with this, and then Sam is like, look, I know you don't like him, but... And she's like, wait, are you really doing this for me right now? Basically trying to defend the first family. It's like, then where the hell were you? Well, the first lady had to go back. She wanted to go for a run around the grounds. Like, and then Priscilla, she's just about to go off, but then her news report comes in saying, neighbors say, Greg, there was a homicide here. Jean Lee Peterson and her, on again, off again boyfriend, Greg Williams, neighbors said they overheard saying, "I always love you," and then her 2 gunshots go off. What? So basically, this is just like the Denise murder, where it was a fake cover-up story, and she knows it's bullshit. And she tells Sam to go downstairs, like, just go, get out of here, go. I'm like, Priscilla, really? Just, my God. This annoyed the hell out of me. It's like, you need to... You know what? No, that'll be its own separate video, because Priscilla just pissed me off. All right, so then we go over to the cabin again. Max and Bobby just chilling outside, drinking over a beer. And he calls Lily, and she says she's safe and everything. And I guess they agree that, and part of me is like, wait, are they just saying this because they're on a certain phone line? Because he was like, wait, how is your phone working? Well, it's been scrambled for a while, but now it's working again for some reason. So it's like, yeah, we need to try to get back to our own lives, like you with your wife, me working things out with Donald, because despite everything, I do love him. So this is goodbye. Diane's going to see Donald tomorrow, and Max is like, yeah, I don't think Kyle saw me, so he doesn't know who was the one beating his ass. And this was even though I'm mad at Bobby, I did like the little back and forth banter. It's like, well, wait, he was drunk? That wasn't a fair fight. Well, what about me? I still got bullets. Like, man, that wasn't nothing but a little scratch on your nipple. It was like more like a tire scratch. That was fun back and forth banter. I did like that moment, but it doesn't eliminate the fact that I was just pissed off by Bobby's rationale. All right, so Dale's actually helping Kyle, recuperate, and he mentions how, yeah, I was coming down the hallway, I saw a guy, blonde hair, blue eyes, and Kyle's like, hey, open up the bottom shelf there. And then, Dale freaks out because he sees the badge and everything. It's like, no, hey, I'm Secret Service, just get the picture. And it's a picture of Max, like, wait, yeah, that's the guy. So now Kyle knows Max is on the loose, which I'm like, damn it, this is why his ass needed to die. So he helps him get undressed, like, hey, you're going to help me get a sponge bath. Well, I'm not doing all that. So then we go over to Alan, keep texting Ellie. It's like, hey, I've been thinking we need to talk. Jason walks in and basically says, hey, I got insomnia, I can't sleep. What are you doing? Oh, there's always work to be done around here. And he hints at the fact that, my father is, still working. Oh, this late? Yeah, he's usually up banging broads. Excuse me? Yeah, there's this whore over in the press secretary office, and I got the master key from one of the Secret Service people. So, you want to go see? Yeah, let's go. So then we go over to Barry meeting Daikon alone in the parking lot, and Daikon tosses him a bag saying that Callie's in it. And then I do believe the episode ends with Ellie and Hunter being walked in on by Alan. It's like, who the hell is that? And Alan's like, and that's the episode. So I thought this episode was okay. It had its moments here and there, but overall I just feel like some characters like still just piss me off by how they're acting. Like, I did feel for Priscilla, but it's like, this is not the time for your bullshit. Like when she was telling Sam, like, look, something's wrong, you need to look into this. But then she let her own, because Sam reached in to try to comfort her because he saw how distraught she was, but it's like, don't you dare touch me. Here's what I thought was going to happen. He would go in to try to hug her or whatever, and it's like, wait, what's that smell? Because go back to season 1. Because there were moments where she was like, wait, is there a woman I smell on you? It was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, I think it was because, yeah, the first lady, I was watching her in the bomb shelter. I gave her my jacket. Okay, no, let me find out you messing around, Sam. But now it's like, if she would have smelled, well, then again, I don't know how musty Victoria smells. So, I don't know. But in that case, I would have been like, okay, I wouldn't be happy with Priscilla, but I can understand why she would be freaking out, because it's like, okay, you went back to the White House. I'm kind of mad at you for that. But now that you're up close to me, I can smell her on you. Then in that case, I can truly understand why she would be pissed off. But I'm like, this is not the time. We need to figure out this cover up because of the murder. So in any case, it was an okay episode. Like I said, I really love the Sam and Victoria. I feel bad because I feel like I'm rooting more for Victoria and Sam than I am for Priscilla and Sam. I'm sorry. I know it's messed up, but that's what I'm feeling right now. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App. And with that being said, I'll talk to you soon.